Now that I have the potting soil, raised bed soil, mixed in somewhat with the cactus soil, a 2 and 2 combination, 2 cubic feet to 2 cubic feet. I'm gonna start adding the sand in, 50-pound bag of sand. Like I said, it makes it airy. These plants don't like to be in water, their roots in water. So ooh, boy. I probably could have mixed a little less, but barrel almost ain't deep enough. I ain't trying to lose my soil for what I had to pay for these bags of cactus soil. I'm mad as hell, because them bags of cactus soil were double the price. From a nursery versus like Home Depot alone, and I couldn't get them where I needed to get them from because they ran out. People are planting, obviously. Mixing process is important. You gotta mix all this in really good. If I had a bigger barrel, it'd be a lot faster, a lot easier, but I'm not trying to spill my mixture because that costs too much. And what's left over, I will bag up and take home. But I got enough for what I need. Get down in it, turn it. Drop that. Still sitting on the top. Gotta get that down at the bottom turn. Good. There we go. My wheelbarrow. They don't make things like they used to. Materials cheaper. Shit ain't quality like it was. This is a workout. Wow. Yesterday, about 600 pounds moved. 8 bags of crushed rock 3/8, maybe about 50 pounds a bag, 400 plus pounds, plus 2 bags of sand, 50 pounds a piece, plus 5 bags of soil. And everything had to be moved up a hill because they live on a hill. So I had to cut through the back up a hill with the wheelbarrow. I could have carried them individually, but when I got to the top of the hill and I couldn't go up anymore, I just stopped the wheelbarrow and went from there. Picked them up out of there, took them. I could have just used cactus soil and sand, but I want these plants to have a nice balance of nutrients as well. And I'm making my own mix. I looked it up to see if it would hurt it, and it said no. Actually, it was a good idea to do it. It makes it a lot more airy, and it gives it some nutrients, etc. Can't afford for no plants to be dying after I put them in the ground. Why? There go your name right there. You sold me some dead shit. Yeah, right. I do my research. Alright. Now I'll add the other half of this bag of sand. Should have worn face mask. I don't like inhaling this shit. I never even liked it at the beach, even though I love the water. Clean your mess as you go. That way there's no mess when you leave. Quick, easy, clean up. Everything's a process, man. Everything's a process. I don't just do landscaping. This ain't no grass cutting company. I ain't into all of that. I'm into design, plants, growth. That's my thing. My goal is to treat your property like it was mine. And every property is a canvas for art, for what I'm doing. I'm getting down with it. And I got a new contract, a new job coming soon. I didn't even finish this one. I have to replace the border for someone who didn't want to have it done initially, but they see, you know, why spend all that money and not get your work done completely. I couldn't even post pictures of it. I laid 19 cubic yards of black mini mulch, beautiful. But the borders were messed up. I told her she needed to replace them. She didn't want to do it initially. You know, sometimes financial etiquette, you just can't. But she realized that they need to be done. So I wasn't able to take any pictures of the work the way I want to and post them because it just don't look right. You can't put a sign out in the yard, and her yard is actually amazing because it's a corner lot. And with it being a corner lot, it's a postcard for all the other neighbors live in the neighborhood. They walk by. Great transformation from what it was. She was in the hospital for 4 months. She came home, everything was overgrown. Couldn't even see the house itself. Not putting her business out there, but she's an older lady. And I become cool with my peoples. It's a community, man. I live in San Francisco. I want to beautify it. So much grime and dirt in the city. Trying to do my part. Keep it looking right. Get it looking right. It looks like it's mixed, but I know it ain't. That sand went all the way to the bottom, yeah. Process is important. My beds are going to be raised because the existing foundation is extremely hard and it isn't the greatest soil for what I'm planting. So I'm raising my beds above. Plus it'll flow well because I have lava rock, which is 3/4 to 1/2 inches thick for the base. So with that being the base, it's already going to be high. I laid out my plants, took me about an hour and a half. Kept going over it until I felt happy with it. Paying attention to the sun and where the sun hits to make sure that these succulents get what they need as far as the light is concerned, placing things in certain places. I'm concerned about one particular area that I planted some things, but we'll see. These plants are resilient, but I don't see a lot of light hitting that particular section because it borders a fence, a high fence to the left of it. Alright. I ain't trying to bore y'all. That's what a brother do in a day. Get his work on. Usually I'm listening to music, thinking about how to improve my other businesses. Up at 4 o'clock in the morning, posting ads, reflecting on what I could have did better, what I can do to make the time that I'm about to spend working more efficient. I don't rush the process, man. You can't, like I said, you can't rush the process. I ain't trying to. I'm trying to do it right. Do it right first time, you gotta do it second time. Nothing like that feeling. Especially when a plan comes together. I don't know how I got into this. This wasn't even on my agenda, but doing something else altogether differently, business-wise, and I just didn't have the funding to get it done the way I wanted to. So nobody asked me to do a favor for them. And in the process, I knew how to do this because as a kid, I worked at Hofstra University in the landscaping department at like 13, 14 years old. I worked in Hofstra University off the books. Pops worked there. Got me a job. Me and my friends, Calvin Howard, Mark Chapman, Greg, bunch of people. Souvenir. I got jobs for them every summer. I was a boss before I was a boss. Really. They'll tell you, they all worked with me and for me at that time because I was the team lead with them. We all young, so you know you gotta be like, come on, man. Don't be screwing around on the job. I gotta answer to my pops on this shit. But we always had a good time. Played ball on most of the time. We bullshit most of the time. Yep. Plus, this really, all of this landscaping stuff came as far as the work I put into it. Growing up in my household, my dad was from Virginia, Norfolk. So that was his thing. That was his piece. And now that I'm older, it's become my piece and I enjoy it. I like the hard work. I like watching something come from nothing. Underdog, man. Single flower, root. Get some sunshine. Shit just grows. But I'm also working on my main company, which is the Smokehouse Slider Company. It's the name of my business. The Smokehouse Slider Company. I did a barbecue business. But my barbecue business is based off of sliders. I needed a different angle to barbecue because it doesn't seem to prosper here in California, in the Bay Area especially. You know, they like a lot of Mexican food. They like a lot of handheld food. And what's better than a handheld slider? So I do sliders, barbecue sliders, jerk chicken, brisket, desserts, even my dessert sliders, cheesecakes, everything is a particular size, come a certain way. That's my main goal. I'm trying to move that company to a point where I can get into a stadium. Several stadiums. Here I want a kiosk in the stadium. But before I do the stadium thing, I would like to have Ghost Kitchen. Just want to sell online. Do farmers markets to start, build the name up. After I get through all of that, I'll go from there into a Ghost Kitchen. 3 areas within the Bay Area. That is the plan. San Francisco, Oakland, maybe South San Francisco, somewhere around that area. I don't know for sure. On the 3rd location, but I already have 2 already. And then show that those businesses do extremely well. I don't want an investor, I don't want nothing. I just want to do my own thing from the ground up. I got the fitness business, Voya Fit, lightweight, traveling kit, which is opening a door for another business called GoMad, which is just a lifestyle, the way I move, the way I live, no destination, just, you know, out here, like a nomadic person, but, you know, always having the essentials of life, fitness, balance, you know, how I dress, how I live, stuff like that. So that will eventually open that door, God willing. Gotta have things on the fire, man. Takes more than one business to make $1 million, that's for sure. Right now, I'm putting in this hard work, this labor, and I don't mind it. Got too much money in the past, fast and easy. Didn't appreciate it, didn't invest well. Now, I'm in a different place in my life. This is where the route I'm going. Slow grinds are for show grind, my nigga. Slow grinds are for show grind. Alright. Mixed enough. Should be able to do this here. See how it flows through the hand? Doesn't stick together. You can squeeze it. It don't stick together. That's what you need for, look at this. Squeeze it together and it still won't stick together. That means it's not light and airy. They say you ain't did nothing till you put your hands in it. Mix it around really good. It's like cooking. Put your foot in it, right? I'm cooking up recipes on my ingredients. Make sure my shit grow well. Yep. It's good to get in here because there's pockets of sand. I'm talking 50 pounds of sand mixed in. And I might have missed a pocket or two. I don't want to spill nothing because it costs too much. What's crazy is sometimes I don't estimate my budget properly on supplies and I end up losing on that. Like this time I ended up going over my budget like a good 100, 150 bucks, or $100. Nah, it's like 150. But, you know, I learned that lesson quick. You gotta upcharge 20%, protect the profit. But at the end of the day, 20 to 30%, I ain't do that. I just wanted their business. They good people, you know what I mean? So, family. I like families. I was once a family man. I'm still a family man. Just don't have a wife and the kids are grown. But I still respect and protect the family. I want them to be able to afford the way they live comfortably. Shouldn't be getting your head ripped off. Because me personally, I'm gonna have a problem with it. All right. Hold this nice and tight. I gotta take it down some stairs. What sucks is I had to take it down. That means I gotta bring it back up. Some of my arrangements, put everything down. I'm about to X the mark spots, forward back the, what you call it, plant my stuff. Another section. I love these right here. They're called monkey tails. Beautiful. This section had its light already. It's passing around. That I'm just gonna leave because it doesn't get no light. Then I have this section. I got 2 more cactus that'll be offset right here. They just won't stand right there until I put them in the ground. Stencil of an umbrella. I'm gonna create some teardrops, but in the stone, and the actual stone that will be the accent stone. That's an umbrella I cut out, protecting them, symbolic to the way that these plants, they grow and what they deal with element wise. So I'll be using this for my umbrella and my succulents. Sunset gold. A couple of plants right there, not too much. Then I got this display right here. So X marked the spot, raise these beds, put them in the ground, move the rock. Everything's clean under the bottom. Rest to go.